Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's
let
gonna
me get
swing
this
on
right.
Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
It's Murr.
I'm the flower, Mr.
Mister.
It's the Tucker Craft Show at tight end.
About
Tucker
there,
Craft's
too.
my new guy, Ryan. Mark it down on
Don't you?
Mark it down on the thing. Tucker Craft's my
Nope.
guy.
Don't
I'm
you
doing
dare.
it. I'm doing it, Ryan. Tucker Craft.
No.
He is
Tucker
going
Kraft
to
swears.
be Jason Kelsey,
I
or
am
excuse me,
scrubbing-
Travis Kelsey 2.0.
I'm scrubbing the records of any of this quotes right now. This segment is dead.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
I do have the power. I'm Jim Rutledge, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge, and Molly Brown with you. So make sure to watch us if you have the opportunity. Others, you can listen here on ESPN Madison. And we've got a lot of fun stuff to get into on the show today. But the first one is, I think, Molly Brown, and wondering what is a more... what's the word here? Culturally relevant movie reference?
yeah.
The movie Face Off, featuring Nick Cage
I'd like to take his face off.
and John
gross.
Travolta, or Freaky Friday.
It's got to be Face Off.
You think so?
I mean, I feel like people our age, Molly.
Our age, you and me, or you and Jim?
Yeah,
us youngsters.
Wait, I like to set this all the time. How old are you, Molly?
I am 28 years old.
28.
Yes.
And you are?
Also 28. I'm 36.
Okay, so it's not quite like we're basically all equal amounts apart.
How old are you, Jim?
I'm 44.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
8 years in
I'm
between.
a man. Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird. So I feel like I fall more in the middle. Like for you, it's got to be Face Off,
I think
right?
you're closer to me, age-wise. No, no, like Freaky Friday. The interesting part for that one is that it's a remake of another one, and that idea of Freaky Friday, there's been like 10 different versions of that. With Kirk Cameron was in one. There's been, I think Ryan Reynolds, wasn't he in one?
Oh, I have no idea about that.
I feel like there's been
Lindsay
a
Lohan.
lot of movies where, well, that's Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
But then there was an original that's a takeoff of.
Well, there's all sorts of ones. Yeah, where you're like just in another
17
body.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Zac
Oh,
Efron.
yeah.
Yeah. Same
Was
idea.
Jennifer Gardner in one?
13 going on 30.
Is that-
No, it's not the same.
Really? What's that one about?
That one's she's 13 and then she wishes that she was 30, flirty, and thriving.
Oh, so that's like Big.
I haven't seen Big.
And there was that really bad one, Shallow Hal with Jack Black.
I didn't watch it.
I love how Matt says.
Jack
Similar option.
If
I
Jack Black's
agree.
in it, I'm out. So.
I love how Matt says there was that really bad one version of this movie.
This one was
Like,
not Jack Black's best movie.
I don't know if any of these are true cinema. Let's
I
be
don't know if
honest
Jack
here.
Black has any good movies.
Oh, School of Rock is awesome.
King Kong?
No, what's the one
down
about
with
his
King
band?
School of Rock.
No.
Oh,
Tenacious
Tenacious
D.
D and the Pick of Destiny.
So stupid but funny.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie, but yeah,
I hate him
not
in it.
quotable at all on the show because Ryan would dump us.
Fair.
Yeah, I've never seen any of those shows. I think the only thing I've ever seen with Jack Black would have been he's in the Jumanji movies.
Yep.
Okay.
As
He's
the-
good
Wait,
in that.
hold on, you've never seen School of Rock?
No.
my
Again, I
gosh.
can't stand Jack Black. I
It's
can't
so
stand,
good.
and this is ironic because I do the show with Matt Hamilton. I can't stand tryhards. No, like the tryhard comedian, which is what he is, has worked like once, and that was Chris Farley. Like at least for me.
See, Chris Farley movies, like that ninja one. What was that one called?
That's the
Beverly
worst
Hills
one,
Ninja?
but yes.
So horrible.
Yeah, well, that
horrible movie.
You went to like
Black
the,
Sheep was good though.
but you went to like the end of it. Like he like died shortly after that movie.
Oh,
Like that was like the
apologies.
end of his reign of good movies.
Rest
he
in
had
peace.
Black Sheep and which is basically the same movie as Tommy Boy,
And then there was Tommy Boy. Yeah.
and then he was in SNL.
Ah, okay.
And that was basically it. He popped in Wayne's World a little bit. And he was but he had kind of good bit roles. But like the tryhard comedian never really hit for me outside of Farley. Because like the comp between like John Belushi, who actually had some good dramatic roles, and the way he did things, like in Animal House, he was over the top, but plenty of other things, he was much more subtle. Like that was a bad comp.
What about Kevin Hart? Not a fan?
I do like, I guess.
Because he's kind of a...
He's grown up.
Into that
He's a
try-hard
tryhard.
comedian.
I guess if you call him the tryhard, I mean like the tryhard big guy. But yeah, he's a tryhard little guy.
Jeez, Jim.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say? Try a big guy. What's wrong with the big guys?
Well, he's saying it was Belushi and Farley were the only two big guys that could be...
They do a lot of physical stuff.
Okay, I thought you were just being a sizist.
Crash into walls and like,
Yeah.
Put on tiny coats. I still do that all the time. Like, I'll grab my wife's coat and fat
See, Ryan
guy
II,
in a little coat.
Ryan II, Delic Advisor, says he was in Tropic Thunder. Yeah, Jack Black was, but he was the worst part of it. I still watched that movie.
No, that movie was just good all around.
It was, but he was still the
cast.
weak link of it. You could have gotten someone better than Jack Black, I'm sure.
He was perfect.
Wrong.
Yeah.
When he's tied to the tree and he's trying to convince them to let him go, I can't repeat any of it.
But
on
like, literally, I couldn't quote one bit of Jack Black in that movie. Danny McBride.
Get
Did you
over
guys
here,
see
buddy.
the bat?
Get over here, big boy.
Danny McBride, Robert Downey Jr., Ben Stiller, Tom Cruise, and Bill Hader all are more quotable
Nelly in
than
that
me.
too?
No, Nelly's not in it.
Who
No,
was
you're
it?
thinking of, oh man, who is... That's not Nelly. It's not Nelly. I'd have to look up his name. But that's
Not
not
Nelly.
Nelly.
Not Nelly.
He's a musician.
I don't think he is.
Really?
I don't think so.
Oh,
He
he plays a musician.
He played Grover in the Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief movie, which is like a really, like, none of you even know what I just said, I'm pretty
Wait,
sure.
are you talking about Brandon T. Jackson? Is that,
I think
that
so,
who it
yes.
is?
Yeah, because
Yes.
he plays a rapper in it.
Yes,
who like
exactly.
becomes a actor,
Well,
obviously.
you remember what the name of his special energy drink is?
No.
His name
Booty
is
sweat.
Booty Sweat.
his name is Al Pacino.
Yeah, that's
right. Yeah, yeah.
Alpa.
Yeah.
Chino.
Yeah, and Al Pacino was still like that character was still like for me. Jack Black's character like resonated the least. Danny McBride's character blew it out of the water. Everyone else, like he was there, but like nothing in that.
I mean,
Jack
the best
Black
character
was, like, this is
was
funny.
Tom Cruise in that movie.
He was pretty great. Yeah,
Can't stand Tom Cruise.
but Tom Cruise
Les
in that movie was.
Grossman, awesome part.
Yes,
awesome
he was pretty
character.
great in that one. Yes, absolutely. We've gone completely off the rails, but whatever. We have TJ from the Road chiming in with Bill Burr is good. Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but he acts too. He was in Star Wars.
Yeah, but like not as even. He was not. What's the word here? He was just like a little bit role. I liked him in it, but like
Yeah.
he specifically, they put him in a specific lane
Yeah.
and was like,
Well, that's probably like a bucket list thing.
I'm
for
happy.
him, yeah?
Like,
You know what I mean?
he was good at that. He was like there's a movie. I only watched the preview for it. It was on Netflix. That looked awful. Oh, TJ from the Road, Old Dads. Old Dads. Sorry, TJ. Looks absolutely horrendous. It looks like it was like made in 1995. Like as far as like the jokes and everything, it just looks very like I don't know. You might be a redneck type jokes. You know, like I just was not my speed. But Bill Burr as a comedian, very funny, especially recently, and then obviously as an actor, I only know him from the Star
What,
Wars.
the small
What,
Star Wars,
Mandalorian?
but-
Was he in Mandalorian?
I think it was
That's what it
Mandalorian,
was,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. It was good in that. 844-770-3776. How you get into the show.
Face off.
Let's see how many
Carl
movies
was
you guys
talking
named
to-
today that I've never seen.
I was talking text line list.
You just
of
touched
movies
my
more.
butt, Dewey. I know your tricks, Dewey.
Well, do we do a who
Do
who
we?
else? Yeah.
Dewey, you just touched my butt, Dewey. I know your tricks, Dewey.
Like Jack Black is polarizing.
Yeah, obviously.
And then
Nicolas Cage
Nicolas
is
Cage,
polarizing.
yeah, and
I'd
John
like to
and
take
John
his
Travolta.
face
Is there one more?
Tom Cruise.
No,
I'm just
he's
thinking
not.
of all the
Everybody
people that I
loves
hate.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but he's not polarizing.
He's polarizing for things off the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he's in something
Yeah,
like
even just his face.
Oh.
It's a very punchable
What would you
face.
like to do with his face?
His face.
No, I'm good.
I don't know another actor we could put on that list as far as like we maybe could chime in
How about,
844-770-3776. Another very it's not controversial. It's very like
Either like him or you don't.
yeah.
How about Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
Who doesn't like Joaquin
I love
Phoenix?
A lot
Walk
of
the
people.
line, go.
I think there's a lot. I think you'd be surprised how many people who think controversy follows Joaquin Phoenix.
Really?
People hated his Oscar speech. I think a lot of people don't like him in the Joker movies. They think he's over the
Well,
top.
the first one was great.
He was
second
amazing
one
in the first
apparently
I haven't seen the
was
second one yet.
not
Yeah, I
good.
haven't seen the second one.
I
can't-
think
can't
there's a
jump
lot
in
of
on that.
people who think he falls in the Nick Cage realm, where he like started overacting himself. Al Pacino too, same thing. He started being too much of a caricature of himself.
Yeah, but Al Pacino, like, there's still unquestioned that he's a great actor.
No, Al Pacino for sure. But I think today people feel like Joaquin Phoenix is in that.
I guess the thing is, like, didn't he win awards? Like, he's an award-winning actor.
He's won award. Nick Cage won awards.
Yeah.
He won an
Nick
Oscar.
Cage did too. Yeah, so we could have the comp of like the two comedians.
Did Tenacious D ever win an award?
I have no idea.
Matt?
In Matt's heart,
I
it
don't
did.
think so, yeah.
What about Michael
Pratt.
Myers?
He hasn't done anything good in a while.
Yeah, but aren't we saying who has like the most punchable face? What are we,
No,
are we saying
no,
who has
like-
like the?
No,
Like
Yeah,
to take his face
polarizing.
Oh.
Like, not punchable face.
Well,
Jeez,
I mean, his face is polarizing, right?
Who?
His face, Michael
Whose?
Myers.
Mike Myers' face is polarizing.
The Halloween character or the
No,
actor?
Shrek.
Yeah, Mike Myers.
Austin
is-
Powers.
He's Canadian. I like him. He's a good dude.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's also in like Wayne's World, Austin Powers. Like he's he's not the idea is more not even controversial. Like hit or miss.
Like well, this is more miss probably than hit.
We're basically trying to find
Shia
the
LaBeouf.
Nickelbacks of this.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, like some people enjoy him. I
That's
feel
a
like,
good one.
I feel like
Gyllenhaal-
most
is he
people
too?
don't like him though.
Is he famous enough, Shia LaBeouf?
Not anymore.
Oh, I think he was famous enough. If you're talking about Jack Black, come on.
Okay. Miles Teller's. I get him mixed up with.
I
I get
like
him mixed
Miles
up
Teller.
with.
Miles Teller and Shia LaBeouf?
I think there's
Yeah.
about 15,
Really?
20 years between those two. There's got to be.
Yeah, well, that's a good question,
15.
actually.
Should we go Shia LaBeouf or Gyllenhaal? I feel like is one as well
Oh, yeah. People hate him.
Okay.
because of Taylor Swift stuff.
Yeah. That's more off the screen, though, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like
he's a well-respected actor.
Is he like anti Taylor Swift or something?
they dated.
They
This
broke
one of
There's
her
a whole
songs.
song.
The whole isn't it her
Gotcha.
best song? The All Too Well is
Yep.
about him.
Oh,
Yeah.
the more you know.
There you go.
Keep her old scarf.
That is neat.
It is funny that he said that Maggie Gyllenhaal's sister and him get questioned all the time about this scarf, and they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And I think even Taylor's like, "It was just something like a device for the song." Because
Yeah.
like if you break up with someone, you might leave something behind, and it's just there forever. And like it was kind of more of like a metaphor than an
Yeah.
actual thing. But they get questioned about it all the time.
Miles Teller and Shia LaBeouf are the same age.
I was just about to come in with that.
I am
yeah.
shocked.
It's-
Like breaking news.
I mean,
Literally.
I'm not playing the sounder.
Okay, you don't have to.
But that's part of it is that we've known Shia LaBeouf since he was like 16. Miles Teller
even
we've known-
younger.
Younger
Even
than that.
Stevens?
Yeah, even Stevens. Oh my God.
He was
I'm not
like
familiar.
10. Oh, you're too young for that. Right?
That's
too,
insane.
yeah. But Miles Teller didn't come around probably till he was like 25.
Or do we get more? Again, I guess this is off, right? Because Ryan Reynolds would be now off the. Not off the court,
Was
but
he ever
off the
on?
screen. No, off the screen. What do you mean on? Ryan
Was he
Reynolds.
on Controversy?
Right now.
Right now, yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
You know who he's married to?
I know he was married to someone.
He's
What? He's still
Oh,
married.
they are
you
still.
breaking news? Are they
Am I breaking
separated?
news?
Who do you think he's married to?
Wasn't he married to what's her name? Olivia, not Olivia Wilde. No, that's
Thinking
a
of
very, very
Olivia
different.
Munn?
Nope, not Olivia Munn. That's Aaron Rodgers' old girlfriend.
Yeah. Rodrigo.
John Mulvaney's
Not
current
Rodrigo.
wife or mother of two of his children?
That's Olivia Munn.
John Mulvaney.
It's Blake Lively, Ryan.
Blake Lively. That's it.
And they are still married.
And they're still married.
and not
I thought
popular
they-
right now.
Oh, I thought they broke up.
Oh, I mean, maybe you know something that we don't know.
I clearly don't.
Oh,
I'm
you know who
clearly
falls into
very
this,
in the
maybe?
dark.
Ashton Kutcher. Pretty beloved a while ago, and then he kind of fell off.
The thing is he done anything?
Yeah, he hasn't
Not
done any
recently.
I feel like
movies
he's
for a
just
long
gone into
time.
crypto.
He does
and
that
disappeared.
Netflix show, The Ranch.
That's been off for a while though. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that show.
Oh,
I like that show too when
Yeah.
it was first out.
And then they had to kick someone off the
Yep.
show.
And the show
Rightfully
ended.
so.
he's probably done more College Game Day than he has done movies in the last 5 years. Ashton
Facts.
He's
Kutcher.
too focused on his soccer team.
Does he have a podcast?
He has a soccer team?
Yeah, and
I know he has a-
like Dak
Wrexham.
Shepard, who
Him and
replaced
that
the
guy
character
from
they kicked off.
Yeah.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia on Wrexham FC.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know that he has like a financial. That financial thing is his. No free advertisement.
Sadler apparently does not like Frankie Muniz.
What has
Munoz?
Frankie Muniz done in 20 years?
I don't
He's
know.
coming back to do Malcolm in the Middle. They're remaking that show.
Why? Why do we have to remake everything?
Frankie Muniz does NASCAR. Do you know that? Drives NASCAR.
He was also in like a racing Disney
Yeah,
movie.
Exactly.
Where he was in
You
a
know what I'm
wheelchair.
talking about?
Yep.
That movie was good.
He's a racer.
Oh, man.
2002.
So who's our fourth option for this poll?
I think we can only do 3. We can't come up with a 4th option.
fill in the blank.
Right
Yeah.
in.
Right in, please.
All right, I'm just gonna real quick. Well, just because I just typed in least liked actors, Anne Hathaway, Shia LaBeouf, Gwyneth Paltrow, Mel Gibson. That one's,
Yeah, we don't need that.
Kristen Stewart, Adam Sandler, get out of here. Jonah Hill. Yeah, again, I feel like Jonah's such a. Apparently, he's not like fun.
Yeah.
Like
Off the screen
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Pauly Shore, that's past. What are we doing, Bill Cosby? Come on. Like, of course nobody likes Bill Cosby. Robert Pattinson.
Okay. Who does? Oh,
I
I
get that,
suppose
though.
people. They're
I get it.
anti-Twilight. They're like, yeah, he can't be good.
Yeah, but he was also he kind of played that same character in like every movie that he was in at that time. You know what I mean? So it's just
I mean,
I
like,
didn't see a lot of his movies. He's really good as Batman.
He was good as Batman.
oh, I forgot that he played Batman. Yeah,
Hayden Christensen.
I don't know who that is.
They just hate him because
Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, they.
Dave Franco.
Oh yeah, but that's other reasons.
James
But no,
Franco.
James is the one that's the problem.
Oh.
Dave is not a problem.
I thought they both
Can
were.
we pick one actor as a problem? Or none that have problems off the screen?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Dave does.
Do we know for sure?
Well, do we know for sure on any of these?
Well,
No.
fair. Okay.
Zac
Again,
Efron?
Shia LaBeouf, part of it is also who he. I think is it Gwyneth Paltrow?
People don't like her because of her really
but that's
expensive
like-
website.
But that's at least
Goop.
like Shia LaBeouf. I think Robert Pattinson, honestly.
Okay.
All right. That's Adam. All right, so who are the other three again?
Robert Pattinson.
Or
be pretty-
Ben Affleck could be on this list too. We could do Ben Affleck instead.
Interesting.
I think he's very polarizing.
He is right now. Yeah.
His
but I mean,
back
like-
tattoo is polarizing. I'll tell you that much.
But like people, like he's done good movies. He's done horrendous movies. Like when he was in the. So
Don't know. He's got a back piece.
He has a back tattoo.
Have you seen it?
No.
It's horrible. It's like a massive dragon on his back.
But he's always been like
The
the,
man
least
with the
liked
dragon
out of the
tattoo?
Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. Is
Yeah,
always,
yeah, I
and
like that one.
All right, so we'll do. And basically, what are we asking?
Travolta.
But what's the question?
Who's the
Who's the most polarizing?
Yeah, weren't you asking which one's the most polarizing?
Who do you like the least? Give
Or
me
who do you like the most out of this polarizing group?
polarizing group of actors?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I mean-
why did we bring up Face Off in the first place again?
Because Nick Cage. Oh, I mean, we can get into.
We'll
it.
tease
We'll
it.
get to that on the other
Later.
side. So, our side and limited poll question: which one of these polarizing actors do you enjoy their movies the most? 844-770-3776. Carl was talking text line. We're going with
Travolta?
Nick Cage, John Travolta, Ben Affleck, or Jack Black.
Okay.
All right. Molly, tell us about Zoa.
Yeah, I've been drinking my Zoa for a while now, and I need it because, guys, I'm still getting up pretty much every 2 hours in the middle of the night, which has been fun with my 4-month-old twins. And I also have a 2-year-old toddler. So I need all the energy that I can get. It gives me the perfect boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. And the best part about it is that it's packed with natural ingredients like caffeine from green coffee and green tea. And the flavors are amazing. Today I had the tropical flavor. It was delicious. And I even got buy 2, get 1 free today at the grocery store. That was fun. So go to zoaenergy.com to learn more and find out where you can pick up your Zoa Energy. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Look, we all know that as we age, our bodies change. But Carbon World Health can help. They have a process of testosterone replacement therapy that includes a diagnostic exam and blood tests to assess your hormone levels to make sure that they are optimal for you, not optimal for your age. Carbon World Health can help you increase your energy, focus, and overall health with their approach to hormone therapy. It's all about quality of life for you. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com. Ready to live the high life at home? Miller High Life is giving one lucky winner the ultimate backyard dive bar experience. It's a cabana complete with classic bar vibes, neon lights, and of course, plenty of high life. To enter, just order a Miller High Life at any participating dive bars in the Madison area and register with the link to the Miller High Life Backyard Dive Bar giveaway. Get a ticket to Dive Bar Glory at your local watering hole, like Curly's Pub and Grill, Riley Tavern, The Bristled Boar, and Main Street Lanes.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Something amazing is happening at work. Innovative tools are helping people do better work. That's because CDW configuration specialists are multiplying productivity with Microsoft Windows 11 Pro Surface devices. Built-in security, flexibility, and simplified management streamline tasks so your team can get more done. Microsoft and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/surface.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
Hey football fans, Verizon is giving you the chance to win the ultimate draft experience with the Road to the Draft sweepstakes. 10 lucky winners will win tickets for the first day of the 2025 draft in Green Bay, including round-trip car service from Milwaukee, hotel accommodations, plus access to the Verizon viewing zone where you'll be taken care of like a first-round pick. Don't miss your chance to win the ultimate draft experience powered by Verizon. Hurry to select Wisconsin Verizon locations to enter by April 13th. No purchase necessary to enter. Must be legal U.S. resident of Wisconsin or Illinois. Age 21 years or older. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit www.espnwisconsincontest.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
It's a Friday, you can tell that. It's also gorgeous outside. Hopefully, if you are listening,
Freaky Friday.
Yeah, if you are listening, hopefully you're listening like out on your back porch or hanging out, streaming us through like
windows down while driving.
Yeah, or streaming through your Google or Amazon at home. Any of those great things. You can be watching us on the ESPN Madison YouTube as well, but hopefully the TV is mounted outside because it's gorgeous out. Clearly, our first segment. We got Friday vibes. Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you.
People love it, though.
And Molly Brown in the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. Primetime Laura Shine Behind the Glass. We do have a signing limited poll question. Which of these polarizing actors do you enjoy the most? Nick Cage, John Travolta, Jack Black, or Ben Affleck? Right now, Nick Cage in the lead, but there's not a lot of activity in there.
His face. I'm going to get onto that one because I love me some Nick
Seth
Cage.
from, you can also, if you want to chime in.
You're so wrong on your Nick Cage take. You're so wrong on it.
He's just bleh.
I'd like to take his
Not
Okay,
bleh,
so let me ask you a
bleh.
question. What is the Nick Cage movie that most comes to mind for you?
Okay, well,
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Great one.
There's National Treasure, which I've never watched because I can't stand him. There's that one where he's the prisoner on the plane. What is that?
Con Air?
Yeah.
Amazing.
The one that I've watched bits and pieces of, and I actually like it, but I'm obsessed with prison. So
Have you ever
that's
seen The
part
Rock?
of it.
Then you'd love The Rock.
The Rock is even better.
That's
Sean
about
Connery.
Alcatraz.
I
Sean
don't-
Connery?
Welcome to The Rock.
I don't know what
Well,
that
that's
is, you
one.
guys.
If you
done
like
by,
prison, Molly.
And it's done like Jerry Bruckheimer, and it's like one of the, it's just big and explosive and awesome.
Do you know what's funny is the Nicolas Cage movie that I actually do like is probably one that you guys haven't even seen. I couldn't even tell you what it's called. I just thought of another actor that we could add to our list. I know we already posted it, but his sister is in Raising Helen. Oh my God!
What is Raising Helen?
It's a movie with Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson, my long lost relative.
What?
She's related to Edward Rutledge, signed Declaration of Independence. So am I. Her brother, his middle name is Rutledge.
Oh, okay.
So you can tell Rutledge that.
John Cusack It's a movie.
No, John Cusack's amazing.
No.
Another bad
John
take.
Cusack is, again, the equivalent to Nicolas Cage. Like,
you've such
yes,
bad
he
Cage
is.
is way better.
No,
John Cusack,
not like that.
It's not
Just like,
bad, but Nick Cage is.
both their faces, you're just like, bleh.
But no, John Cusack, like,
Face off.
especially from like the 80s to mid 90s, was like a star. And like, so Nick Cage, but like Cusack's a high fidelity. Like he's
Yeah, but he
Say
didn't have any
anything.
awards. Like,
he might. I don't know. Like Say Anything was a pretty dramatic movie.
Okay, but
no,
this-
you're right. The peak of as far as acting skills, they're both really talented actors who get a bad rap because Cusack has done a ton of really enjoyable stuff. Like, but Leaving Las Vegas with Nicolas Cage and actually I think it's John Travolta's. Who's John Travolta's wife?
Well, who was?
Sorry.
I have no idea.
I know what her face looks like. I don't know what her name is.
All right, so the movie's Leaving Las Vegas, and it stars. Yeah, there you go. That's safe from Say Anything, but Leaving Las Vegas stars Nicolas Cage and then Elizabeth Perkins, I believe. No, not her. Elizabeth Shue. I don't know if that's his wife.
No.
Okay, Elizabeth Shue.
No,
also.
Presley was her name. What's her name?
It's the woman from Jerry Maguire. Is that what you're thinking of?
I don't know.
Don't Ever Stop Loving Me.
I don't know. I'll Google it. But you guys, best Nicolas Cage movie that I've seen. You probably haven't even heard of it. The Frozen Ground.
No.
It has John Cusack in it. Vanessa Hudgens is in it. It's so good. It's from 2013.
That movie is like psychotic.
Cusack
It's
and
so good.
Nick Cage are in it?
Yes. So my two most hated actors, I swear to God, but it's such a good movie.
His face.
Like, it's so good.
Isn't that about like a serial killer in
Yeah,
Alaska?
that's why I like it. Again,
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that stuff.
Yeah, I
You
related
like,
deeply to that one.
Watch like What Makes a Murderer docs and stuff
Oh,
like that.
God, I love it. It's
Yeah,
also
so
Making a Murderer.
He won.
Okay, sure.
He won multiple awards for Leaving Las Vegas as the star of that movie. He's really good in City of Angels with Meg Ryan. He plays in. He's dead, and like he falls in love with Meg Ryan. It's a good movie.
His face.
Who's the? I could give up forever to touch. There's that song.
I think I remember the premise. But.
So like this, that song was the movie from that movie. But also he's in It Could Happen to You, which is a great, like truly actually well done rom-com.
Okay.
That was up for I think Best Picture. So like Nick Cage has a good mix of like really well done movies, and then he saved himself by coming back with some movie he did with Pedro Pascal, or he does that.
The Weight of Extraordinary Talent.
Yeah, where he basically makes fun of himself, and then like now Nicolas Cage is just in on the joke because he was a really good actor.
Like
then
Renfield
overacted.
was like that weird
Yeah.
vampire movie he did recently.
Yes, and like so he was a great actor, then got into overacting, and then now is in on the bit that he's an overactor.
Yeah.
Long as I'm in here, you're just gonna sit out there, aren't you?
What was that
David
from,
Deerfield,
That was Nick
Elizabeth
Cage.
Shue.
I'm not sure.
And then he also said Leaving Las Vegas, he was great in. I get teased at work. I don't know anything about pop culture, but maybe knew 4 people you mentioned in the last segment. So, and then Seth from Columbus chimed in with Mel Gibson. Again, we're leaving off the you're a terrible person side of things. So,
the off screen, just
Yeah.
like the actors. Like, I guess Molly kind of hits it with punchable face, but not really.
it's it's almost like you get like they're just polarizing in their performances, not the off the field. And TJ from the Road, Goo Goo Dolls is the band I'm thinking of with their song Iris.
Kelly Preston is John Travolta's wife.
She's
by the
from
way.
Jerry Maguire.
Gotcha. Okay.
She's in the beginning. He's his girlfriend in the beginning. And nobody got the reference I made. Maybe the listeners did.
Bet it was good.
It was a good reference. It was a reference to a very aggressive lovemaking scene with Tom Cruise and Kelly Preston. Neither one of you got it.
No, missed it.
No.
Well, your loss.
Apparently.
Your loss. Tell us about Metcalf's Market.
Oh, you don't have to worry about losing out at Metcalf's Market. The deals are always fantastic, but you get those deals if you're a Metcalf's member. It's free to sign up. Join the Metcalf's Rewards. Start saving money on everyday items with Metcalf's. I went there the other day, got some produce, all of the new veggies for my fridge, and I know they're going to last a while because Metcalf's has fantastic selection of produce. They also try and get as much local stuff as they can, from cheeses. They've got great local breweries in their liquor department. So if you're interested in saving some money and going to a top-tier grocery store, check out the one in Wauwatosa or Tosa, Westtown Mall area, or at Hilldale. Go find some Metcalf's Market and bring local home.
So Jim, Matt, and I, Jason Wilde coming up next.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
But
I've never seen the movie either.
I've only seen the
Really?
Yeah, I had no interest in the movie.
Oh my gosh, the movie is terrible. Terribly awesome. Did you just
movie?
touch my butt, Dewey? I know your tricks, Dewey. What? I quote that all the time.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Look what we have here. It's the refreshing deliciousness of a Pepsi mini can. It's the perfect complement to any meal. The dash of indulgence your day was dreaming of. The sip that'll have you singing Pepsi.
Nope, not again, Steve. Let's take a cue from the Pepsi mini can and pack all that awesomeness you're feeling into a much smaller treat for everyone. Deal?
So, big awesomeness, smaller size. I think I've got just the thing.
Pepsi mini can. Mini can, big taste. Being a Pella consultant means helping people build their dreams.
Customers really appreciate just how prepared we are. All the samples, the videos, pictures.
We're with you from start to finish. You literally have a friend from beginning to end and beyond with your project.
Our Pella team simplifies the process, taking time to listen and find the right solution for you. And right now, get windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 3/31/2025.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
You know it's a slam dunk. Pizza Hut's large 3-topping pizza for just $11.99. Whether you're in the stands, on the road, or on the couch, Pizza Hut's got an unbeatable deal for watching the big game. Pepperoni, sausage, and mushrooms? How about ham, pineapple, and bacon? Create the pizza combination that's perfect for you, no matter the game plan. Head to the Pizza Hut location near you. Order on the app or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
There's a winning magic powering up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This April, prepare for an exciting quest to $300,000 in the Enchanted Spin Slot Tournament. Just conjure your rewards card and play slots to earn drawing entries. Each Thursday, 60 winners will compete for thousands in cash and prizes. Let your journey begin with Enchanted Spins, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Waiting to see a general surgeon? With Stoughton Health, it's always easy access, with most appointments within a week. And with over 160 insurances accepted, you're covered and in good hands. For more information, visit stoughtonhealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Jason, quick question.
You are one of one.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Help me understand a little bit more clearly what you're asking.
Did you ever hear it called Don't Go Jason Waterfalls?
Is this Matt Hamilton?
I say that so helplessly, but I feel like it.
Desperate sound in your voice.
Yeah.
I am.
Jason Wilde. He's on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
We get Jason Wilde on a magical Friday. It's just amazing outside. We're hoping all of our listeners are enjoying this show with the windows down, or hopefully even sitting outside on their back porch or something.
Enjoying a Coors Light.
Enjoying a Coors Light. You can watch us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. And, Jason, we have some goofy questions to get to, but I was listening to Wilde and Tausch, and I wanted to just suggest, you can't let the trolls get to you on the Aaron Rodgers stuff, because talking about Aaron Rodgers, especially with all the stuff that came out about from Minnesota's GM and the ties to O'Connell and what that would mean for the actual state of play for the Green Bay Packers if Aaron Rodgers came into the NFC North, he is a major topic. And I'll kind of go with the thou thinks one protests too much to the fans that get all worked up and be like, I don't care about Aaron Rodgers. To me, those are the fans that care the most about Aaron Rodgers. So keep up the good work.
Hey, thanks a lot, Jim. Yeah, look, I don't want people turning off the show. Oh, they're talking about Rodgers again. And so the idea of him going to Pittsburgh, or the idea of him going to the Giants, which obviously won't happen now, I get it. That doesn't, Pittsburgh is at least as interesting because they're on the Packers schedule. But the way Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah handled those questions, he twisted himself into a pretzel trying to find ways to not rule out the possibility because he didn't want to lie, right? He didn't want to say, no, J.J. McCarthy's our quarterback. Nothing is going to change that. He's our guy. We're moving forward with him. We're going to find a backup who is going to be a good mentor and supporter of him, but we're not interested in Aaron Rodgers. But he would have been lying because they want to see where J.J. McCarthy goes this offseason and perhaps even early in training camp. And they don't have to make that declaration. Now, what I would say he could have said was, look, if JJ's healthy, he's our guy. We don't want anybody else. It's not a question of whether he's good enough. We know he's good enough. We are convinced of that. But if he has issues with his knee, we have to have other options. And certainly the idea of adding a 4-time NFL MVP and Super Bowl MVP, if JJ has a setback, is an appealing option for us. But that's not the direction he went either. So, I think performance and health are both issues that will affect whether J.J. McCarthy causes them to further pursue Aaron Charles Rodgers.
I want to follow up on that. Well, 2 parts. One, Jason, do this little trick because people, they listen. Because we've labeled so many people when they get mad at my takes, I'm not going to listen anymore, guy. And you know who texts back in all the time? I'm not going to listen more, any guy. I'm not going to listen anymore, guy. So
you can tell Rutledge
they're always listening. But for how long is Aaron going to make Pittsburgh wait? How long is Pittsburgh going to wait for Aaron? Because again, at some point, Pittsburgh's going to be maybe just Kirk Cousins is fine, and we're just going to move on. We're not going to get dragged further and further into our offseason waiting on the whims of a wild man or a madman.
The whim of a madman. The whim of a madman.
Yes.
I kind of like that. Yes. That's a speed reference for you young people out there.
Thank you.
Is that a Nicolas Cage movie?
No.
Oh my gosh!
I'm just kidding.
I'm not sure. It's a Keanu Reeves movie. It's a Jeff Daniels movie.
Sandra Bullock.
And Dennis Hopper.
Yep.
I would say that it would appear right now with where the Steelers are that their options are limited. You said Kirk Cousins. They would obviously have to trade for him, right? So they would have to give something up for him. So I kind of feel like they're in a position like they're the girl that is on standby to be asked to the prom. And the guy that has her in the waiting room in the friend zone really wants to go with the potential prom queen, but he doesn't know if she's going to say yes or not. Now, these are all things I know nothing about because I didn't go to prom. But That's how I at least saw it in the movies. So I don't think the Steelers are in, are they right now it would appear that they're just going to go with Mason Rudolph until Aaron Rodgers tells them, okay, my favorite girl didn't want to go with me, so I'll go with you, Boof, and we'll go from there.
So who looks
that by the way,
Teen Wolf.
That by the way was a Teen Wolf reference that hardly anybody got on the panel.
You're so cultured, Jim, that you knew that one. Savage.
Michael J. Fox.
Okay. Jason, so in the Steelers situation, maybe pathetic is too strong of a word, but who's more pathetic in this situation, the Steelers or Rodgers?
Oh, savage.
Oh, it's clearly
savage.
It's clearly the Steelers. It's clearly the Steelers. And look, Rodgers is in a position of I could just not play, or I can do what who's the guy we always argue about whether he's elite? Joe Flacco. I can just pull a Joe Flacco and just wait and just take my merry old time, and then somebody's going to have a quarterback get hurt. Heaven forbid it would be the Packers, but I think they feel good enough about Malik Willis that they would not call Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, could you imagine hearing that call?
I could imagine that, and it would be spectacular. But I think he's in a position of, all right, I really want to see if McCarthy fails, and they not Mike McCarthy, although he kind of rooted for him to fail too. J.J. McCarthy fails, and then I get to play with that team and that coach and stick it to the Packers and everything else, and then I'll settle for the Steelers if I really want to play. But maybe he doesn't even like the idea of playing for the Steelers enough to do that, even if the Vikings option's not there, right? Like, he went there, he was there for 6 hours, and the fact that he didn't sign, I think, tells you everything you need to know about how enamored he is with the idea. Like, he just doesn't like that option. And so I just don't think he's in a position where he can play the I'm just going to retire card, and then if something palatable comes up for him, and maybe the Vikings or maybe the Steelers end up being more palatable than they appear to be now to him, but if he gets to that point, then he'll sign somewhere. But we all know he doesn't like the off-season program, just like Favre before him, so he doesn't appear to be in any hurry to join his new team, whoever it might be.
Jason, do you think there is, not do you think, is there any sort of deadline that teams might have to worry about, whether it's acquiring a player or waiting until other teams have to cut players because of the new season or new fiscal year or whatever, the payment year that they have to deal with?
It started now, yeah.
It did already start.
You mean like post June 1st cut?
Yeah,
Is
the
that what
June
you're asking
1st
about?
one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, is there a time frame where you could expect something out of Aaron, or can he literally hold off all the way until training camp?
I think he can hold off all the way to training camp, Matt. There are no artificial deadlines here, other than, like Jim said, if the Steelers are like, look, forget this guy. He clearly has us as a back burner option. Let's go get Kirk Cousins, even if it's going to cost us a draft pick, and let's just go with him. But, with the way Kirk Cousins played, he came back from a ruptured Achilles too. He didn't play nearly as well, right? And so if you're Mike Tomlin, would you rather just wait, and then if it doesn't happen, all right, I guess we're stuck with Mason Rudolph? Or would you rather go and go get Kirk Cousins and pay a draft pick to do that? I feel like they're in and they've tried everything, right? They tried Mitch Trubisky. They drafted Kenny Pickett. They tried, who's the next ex-Bears quarterback they can bring in?
Justin Fields?
Would he be next? They tried Justin Fields too.
Oh, okay.
Who could be the next one, right?
Bagent, yeah.
They've tried everything. So they feel to me like a team that is kind of stuck. And they've never, not since Roethlisberger, and even when Roethlisberger was good, they were still defined by their defense. So maybe their mentality is, look, if we get Rodgers, great. It would be something we haven't had anything close to since Big Ben. But otherwise, we'll just have Mason Rudolph, who started 18 games in the NFL, manage the game for us and win with defense and running the football and whatever else.
Jason, the Packers just announced that they hired Kevin Manara, I don't know if I'm saying that name right, as general counsel. Is this anything that's significant for Green Bay? Is this kind of out of the ordinary? What do you know?
So that is a hire to replace Ed Policy, who was general counsel. And I don't know what he was in the C-suite somehow, but I don't remember which. But they need another lawyer on staff, I would assume, since they're promoting him. The more interesting thing that they announced earlier today is that they brought back Christian Welch, who is a linebacker who played special teams for them for a couple of years and had a great training camp last year, and then they cut him anyway. And he ended up immediately getting picked up by the Ravens and playing really well for them. He's one of Bisaccia's favorites. And more importantly, he's a Wisconsin guy. He played at Iola Scandinavia, played in college at Iowa, so he's not perfect, obviously. But he is my favorite story with him, and I can't remember if it was last year, 23 or 22, where he went during their bye week and delivered a pep talk to his high school football team, and I talked to his head coach about it. And, the Disney-fied version of it would be they came back from a huge deficit, and after his halftime speech, they went out there and won the game and made the playoffs, except they were up 27-0 at the half. So I think they won 63-7 or something ridiculous. So I always gave Christian a hard time saying, boy, that pep talk, man, they scored more points than they did in the first half. Good job on that. But he's a terrific dude, and the fact that they didn't bring back Eric Wilson left a void in terms of that kind of bellwether, stalwart special teams guy. He could certainly be that guy for them again. Goody wouldn't bring back Devontae Adams, but he would bring back Christian Welch.
We have a non-serious question, but it's Friday. Molly Brown, basically, she hates John Travolta, hates Nick Cage. I'm not a Jack Black fan. And then we added one more name in Ben Affleck, and we're asking our fans, which one of these polarizing actors do you enjoy the most out of that group? And right now in the lead is Nick Cage.
So I was talking to Wooly about this, not about his high school football career, which was the last time I talked to him. But football! Is Tom Cruise polarizing?
Yes. Thank you.
Molly just says he's got a punchable face.
So what we wanted to do is
enough.
leave the off. I feel like Tom Cruise movies and Tom Cruise as an actor isn't polarizing. These are more These are actors who people just don't. I don't like Jack Black because he's just too much of a tryhard.
But I think Tom Cruise is too, though.
But Tom Cruise is like a bankable star. I guess I don't know.
The only thing you hold against him is that his running is weird. He runs the same weird way in every movie.
He's a weird guy.
He looks like he's fast.
We tried to leave the
He looks fast.
We tried to leave the off the movie screen stuff aside, but he could have made the list.
No, that's fair. I didn't know what the parameters were. I'm fine with that. I would agree. Like in terms of his career, there's no denying, right? He's been magnificent. I everything he's been in. I think I like.
Agreed.
Especially Jack Reacher, which doesn't seem like a good fit, but that first Jack Reacher movie, he's really good in it.
Awesome.
So Molly, kudos, you and I are on the same page. Mm-hmm. But since he's not as part of the conversation, and can I add someone else that Tosh absolutely hates, and I really like?
Yeah.
He thinks this guy's a total no-talent hack. Ben Stiller. Is he polarizing?
I love Ben Stiller.
Yeah, Ben Stiller's amazing. I
get it, though.
Everybody is just enamored with Severance, and he's the director.
Yeah, he's an amazing director and actor. No talent is a
The
massive
Secret Life
whiff.
of Walter Mitty gets me teary-eyed every single time.
Yeah. Stiller plays comedy. He plays. He can do dramatic, and he's a great
I still
producer.
Quote Zoolander to
director.
this day.
Yeah.
How about John Cusack? How do you feel about him, Jason?
I love John Cusack. I love him in Serendipity.
Yeah.
He's a Chicagoland guy. He's a Midwesterner, so we liked him a lot. Sorry, Molly. We were doing so well too.
Molly's and all her explanation for this is they've got a punchable face.
So Cruise, Nick Cage, Travolta, and Cusack. She hates all their faces.
What constitutes punchable?
I don't know. It's just their face just like bothers you.
Like, do I have a punchable face?
No, you're fantastic. Matt, on the other hand, I mean.
Yeah, that's why I'm on the other side of the table for Molly.
She's trying to punch it too many times.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to know that I'm on the right side of history with Ben Stiller, and Tausch is just flat out wrong.
I think
he's not.
I've literally never heard anyone say they don't like Ben Stiller. Like Tausch is the only person who I've ever heard say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I, of the options I'm being given, and again, I have Nick Cage, Travolta, who's also weird off. He had a history of being weird away from the camera.
Yep.
Who are the other two?
Jack Black and Ben Affleck.
So I actually like Ben Affleck.
Same.
I don't know how many times can you remarry people you were married to? I don't know that. But again, we're not counting.
There's a funny joke of like, does he only know 2 women? Like,
and are they both named Jennifer?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It allows him to keep it straight that way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to eliminate him, although I can see why he's on the list. I like the movie School of Rock.
Yeah.
However, I don't know if I like anything else Jack Black has ever done. My co-host kind of looks like a larger version of him.
Okay.
So I can't eat as much as I want to. I can't say him either. So now I'm down to 2 options, and I think Nick Cage is obviously out there, but like I love The Family Man. I love Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
Have you seen It Could Happen to You? Because he's so good in that.
Yeah, that's another good one. I will say this: I always, from a very post-puberty age, loved Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, yep. Leaving Las Vegas. Yep.
And I'm not going to lie, I watched that movie purely because I knew that she was naked in it at some point. and it is the most depressing, disgusting. I can't. I don't understand why anyone. I mean, it won like an Oscar too, right? Like it was.
Yeah.
But like she gets raped in the movie. He's drinking himself to death.
It's intense.
What the hell am I doing here?
Yeah. I honestly didn't reference that one to you because I figured that's not a Wilde movie, but I understand the crush.
It's not. It is not. It was, that was a mistake. That was not. The juice was not worth the squeeze on that. It was. I was so depressed after that. So by process of elimination, congratulations,
That
John
metaphor.
Travolta.
That metaphor
You're
is
my guy.
a lot. That's a heavy metaphor there. The juice is not worth the squeeze when going to see an Elizabeth Shue movie. Thanks for that, Jason. You've lost both my co-hosts.
Okay.
Take care. Be good.
Time for me to go.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
And we gotta have go on that on a Friday. That was perfect. Carbon World Health. You can go ask them about GLP-1s, hormone optimization, where to work out. Go to carbonworldhealth.com. Go see their new location in Sun Prairie. I was going to tell you more about that a little bit later. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
He was pretty kind in that interview after the way he was talking coming out of the tunnel. Whatever his name was.
That's a gross
Can I do that
noise.
again? I'm going to throw up.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like me coughing in the break.
Not in the break in the show. Coming back from break.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand. You Rah! Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. 8 years since Wisconsin men's basketball reached the NCAA tournament's second weekend, while in football, 8 years since the program has won a New Year's Six bowl game. Program's hungry to fight for a title, but is it realistically in the cards? Brad Nortman with his perspective during Wilde and Tausch.
There are moments where it feels like you're close, but taken holistically, those look like blips. I think in order to win a championship, you have to consistently be that team. So you have to be able to have so many opportunities to win a national championship, and then the stars align when you do it.
Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Relive every high-flying dunk.
Oh! And a one-hand slam!
And fantastic finish.
We are going to overtime, folks!
From the boys' state basketball tournament.
Back-to-back state championships for the Wisconsin Lutheran Vikings.
Download all 5 state championship games on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh my gosh, Allie, did you look at Janet's roof? Ugh, it's like so flat. It looks like one of those roofing contractor commercials. Who even understands those roofing guys anyways?
I like flat roofs and I cannot lie. You other contractors can't deny. TPO way up high. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring.
If you want a roof that's worth staring at, Avondale Roofing is where you go. Your roofing experts for over 30 years. AvondaleRoofing.com.
Football fans, Verizon is giving you the chance to win the ultimate draft experience with the Road to the Draft sweepstakes. 10 lucky winners will win tickets to the first day of the 2025 draft in Green Bay, including round-trip car service from Milwaukee, hotel accommodations, plus access to the Verizon viewing zone. Don't miss your chance to win the ultimate draft experience powered by Verizon. Hurry to select Wisconsin Verizon locations to enter by April 13th. No purchase necessary to enter. Must be legal U.S. resident of Wisconsin or Illinois, age 21 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit www.espnwisconsincontest.com.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
It is a Friday. It is a Phish Friday here on Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush a Coors Light.
We are in the Everlight Solar studio. If you missed Jason Wilde, you can listen back Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, and all those great places. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast when you get a chance.
You can go back and listen, but is the juice worth a squeeze?
No, it was there, and it's classic Jack Black of you. It's now just beaten to death.
Yeah, no, I love it.
All right, Dan and Stoughton chimed in. Have you guys left Raising Arizona out of Nick Cage's movies? That's a great point. It is a really good movie. That's another good one from Nick Cage.
Is that the one where there's a pig in the pool at the hotel?
I think so.
That's a good one too. Where was he like a truffle hunter?
That's not that movie, but
no, I know it's different.
Yeah, but yes, that is a good one too. Pig. One of his first, and he was obviously in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What I did not know is that he's part of the Coppola family. He changed his name from Coppola.
His first ever film credit was as Nick Coppola in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
And I remember seeing him in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That movie's loaded with a lot of actors. You know, Sean Penn. There's a Judd Hirsch. There's a whole bunch out of that movie, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I'm assuming you've seen that one, Matt?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm assuming Molly has not. So
yeah.
Savage.
But Francis Ford Coppola and the Coppola family is a very famous Hollywood family, mostly on the directing side of it. So I didn't even realize that he had that tie to it as well. But Nicolas Cage, incredibly talented. It could be heavy, but it's an incredible talent there for Nick Cage. 844-770
nice
3776. The reference there to the movie. What is it? The incredible weight of
unbearable weight of incredible talent or something like that.
And he's in that where he makes fun of himself for being Nick Cage.
For being
Nick Cage, basically.
You would like that one, Molly. It's good.
I think Molly's just anti. Well, so Jack Black and Nick Cage are basically neck and neck on the which polarizing actor do you enjoy the most. And I'm not saying I wouldn't like School of Rock. I'm just saying I don't like anything that Jack Black is in, especially if he's the lead of it. And so maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I'm not even saying like the music stuff. He is talented in that. Like I've heard some of it. It's just try hard energy that I just kind of can't. And it's weird because Billy Matt, like Adam Sandler, all that kind of stuff. A lot of stuff was early, maybe try hard, but it just
worked.
Judgmental Jim tickled my funny bone better than the other one. So we're gonna
football team went down.
We're going to get to the NFL draft on the other side, but let me tell you about Sinden Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're minutes away from a better buying experience at Sinden Chevy in Mount Horeb. What's a better buying experience? It is a custom buying experience at Sinden Chevy in Mount Horeb. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I understand the crush.
It's not. It is not. It was that was a mistake. That was not. The juice was not worth the squeeze on that. It was. I was so depressed after that. So by process of elimination.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Ready to live the high life at home? Miller High Life is giving one lucky winner the ultimate backyard dive bar experience. It's a cabana complete with classic bar vibes, neon lights, and of course, plenty of high life. To enter, just order a Miller High Life at any participating dive bars in the Madison area and register with the link to the Miller High Life Backyard Dive Bar giveaway. Get a ticket to Dive Bar Glory at your local watering hole, like Curly's Pub and Grill, Riley Tavern, The Bristled Boar, and Main Street Lanes.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Milwaukee Brewers dropped their opening day game against the Yankees out in the Bronx yesterday, falling 4-2 after a possible comeback attempt was shut short by former Brewers closer Devin Williams. Series picks back up tomorrow in the Bronx, and then will also be on Sunday. Hear both those games on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers. First pitch tomorrow is scheduled for 12:05 p.m. Central Time. Then tonight, the Milwaukee Bucks are back at it after coming off their 5-game West Coast trip. They fell 127-117 to the Nuggets on Wednesday night and went 2-3 on that 5-game trip. Bucks will host the 3-seed Knicks at Pfizer Forum tonight with a 7 p.m. tip-off. Still questionable is Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is suffering a foot sprain and missed that game against the Nuggets. Meanwhile, Damian Lillard continues to be out indefinitely with deep vein thrombosis. His return this season still up in the air. Make sure to tune into that game and every Bucks game this season right here on 100.5 ESPN. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 tonight.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Yeah, okay, a military wife,
you,
a deep sea fisherman,
Jim,
and a lead conductor for an orchestra. That was actually pretty good.
That is pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
In honor of Molly Brown, and your nickname was?
Maladina Muffin Pie. Savage. Why are we not making Foo-Foo say Foo-Foo constantly? Daddy, don't call me Jimmy anymore.
It makes me feel better that you were like this the entire time.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Chad from Madison corrected me. Judd Reinhold was in Fast Times. Judd Hirsch was in the sitcom Phish, Taxi, and others. So my bad. I got my Judds mixed up there. So that's on me.
Thank you, Jim. Keeping Jim accountable with statistics.
I actually think Judd Reinhold was to take a full circle from the start of the show, in a Freaky Friday type movie.
We still have not referenced why.
We're not going to do it now. We got Molly's game. We got pole dancing. We're not going to get into it now.
Yeah.
We can talk about it, I guess, a little bit on the air here. I'll let dealer's choices. So Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown with you. We're in the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I do have the power, and you can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream as well. And I want to, I guess there's two different ways we can do this segment here. I was going to talk about the Packers being linked heavily to offensive line help in the NFL draft, or we can do our face-off big picture segment in one segment, which is the idea of if you could have GMs do a face-off in the state of Wisconsin, who's running what team?
I think it's going to take more than a segment. This seems like one that I can really
It's also evergreen.
sink
So
my teeth
let's
into.
go back into this. The offensive line for the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to read this. This is from Matt Miller on ESPN.
Can we acknowledge Matt's bad joke first? The guy just got to hit the Kawhi. Sorry.
What?
Sink your teeth into?
What? That's a phrase. That's a thing
Nick
people
Cage,
say.
his vampire movie.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No, I wasn't referencing that, but I'll take it.
That's where I thought you were going.
Well, I guess your references aren't that good.
Did you just touch my butt, Dewey? I know your tricks, Dewey.
Yes, and vice versa, starring Fred Savage and Judge Reinhold, was a Freaky Friday type movie where they.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. So he did. So a full circle on that.
Yeah.
But anyways,
full circle. I'm glad we were able to close that one out.
Yeah. Got to tie that loose end.
Yeah,
Land the plane on that.
I watched.
It's been a good show.
May have landed the plane upside down, but that's normal now. So
That happened in Con Air, too.
yeah, it did. Again,
Ahead of their time.
yeah, new world. Take a flight. Hey, maybe you'll land, maybe you won't.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All you spring breakers out there.
Yeah. Anywho, so the Green Bay Packers, Matt Miller's mock draft has the Packers taking Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas, and here's what they have to say about it. Matt says not you, Matt. Matt Miller says, God, he looked at me like you say a dog's name. Walk, Matt. It was the same, right, Molly?
It was.
I'm a nut. I just love me some me.
But it was like a confused look, like, why are you saying my name?
Yeah, I was like, what did I mock? Did I do a mock
It was
draft?
like, the ears kind of go up on a dog. You're like, huh? That's the look I just got from Matt Hamilton here. All right. The Packers are entering the last year of Rasheed Walker's contract, and rumors around the league have Green Bay drafting a tackle early. Banks was a 3-year starter for the Longhorns at left tackle and allowed only 1 sack per season. He checks the size boxes at 6'5", 315, 33.5-inch arms. Started 42 games in college. That profile suggests he should be off the board by now, but concerns about his play power have teams saying Banks could slide inside. He's a poised pass protector and held up against top-level college competition, but he might be better as a run blocker because his hands and athletic movement. I'm higher on Banks than the league is. He's my overall number 10 prospect. This would be a steal for the Packers at the spot. Kelvin Banks was a guy who was mocked to the Bears at one point at 10. The issue with him, so I want to talk two parts of it. The issue with Banks is very much like Jordan Morgan.
Short arms.
Well, the arms are over 33.
Okay, that's
and
good.
there's no left tackle in the league who is starting who has shorter than 33-inch arms.
Take that for data.
So Jordan Morgan, a guy the Packers took, who they thought maybe could be left tackle, they moved inside. The thing would be you'd have to be super athletic even at his 33.5-inch arms to be a left tackle because that's still a little on the short side. And the knock on Banks, just because I read a lot of stuff with him on the Bears, is that he is a kind of a road grader and might just be better, and he could be an average Rasheed Walker type left tackle, or he might be a beast on the inside. And so if you're drafting to be a left tackle, how many left tackles are you going to draft to move inside?
The only thing is that he would be the exact opposite of Rasheed Walker, because Rasheed Walker is seen as a solid pass protector and flimsy in the run game.
True, but just the idea of you might end up with two guards.
But
with Jordan Morgan, you draft the left tackle, could be a guard, and then
could
Tulvin
also
Banks.
be a change in offensive philosophies.
It could be. So Banks is a polarizing process, but I want to talk just in general the idea that the Packers are being tied more and more to the offensive line, specifically a left tackle in the first round. The general philosophical part of it is you're taking a backup in the first round, again, when you're a team that needs starters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I really wanted to ask you, the thought about the Packers, because I've had the same question with the Bears with their offensive line. They have a starting offensive line now. They replaced 3 of their starters. One of their starters, Darnell Wright, was top 10 pick. He's kind of growing up to be he might be a Pro Bowler next year. And Braxton Jones is probably similar to Rasheed Walker. So I don't necessarily need to take a backup right there with my 10th overall pick because I want someone who can play.
Right.
And the Packers, because the Bears have holes to fill
Packers
still.
love to take people to
Packers still
develop.
have holes, and I understand that, but the Packers still have holes to fill. So with a team that has holes to fill as starters, do you want them to use their first pick in the draft on a backup? Because that's what, no matter where they draft the offensive line, that's what would be.
So, okay, go ahead.
No, go.
So my initial thought on it was like, great, we've got holes that really need to be filled, and sure, it's all fine and dandy, but there's no guarantee that you're going to get a starter in the first round. Like, Goody hasn't been great at it, right? But the Packers, you look at last year, like, our bread was buttered in the run game. So anything we can do to make sure we're going to get max value out of this Jacobs contract, in my opinion, is probably the right move. It's not a sexy pick. It's not fun. I kind of hate myself for saying this because I want a wide receiver. I think Jordan Love needs more help, but like, what's going to help Jordan Love more? Maybe at wide receiver, not a guarantee like guy who could be that guy, or someone who's going to be on that line, take pressure off him in the running game, and maybe be a good pass blocker for him. Like, I feel like he benefits more from this offensive line move. So the more I think about it, because initially when I heard it, I was like, seems silly. But I kind of like the idea. Like, we paid a lot for Josh Jacobs. Let's maximize that contract. Give the guy another 300 touches this year. Let him, I don't want to say run him into the ground, but like use him. If you're going to pay him that much money, make sure he's getting the touches that make it worth it. And that's going to take pressure off Jordan Love. And if eventually, if Josh Jacobs can be good, it's going to open up the play action.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's tough because from a greedy standpoint, I'm like, I want a wide receiver. I want something sexy. I want something flashy. But like you just said, that I think what it comes down to is that Goody is protecting his biggest asset, which is Jordan Love, because that is where his neck is on the line for. Because he basically blew up the entire organization because of Jordan Love in order to get him, right?
Yeah.
So he needs to protect that, which I don't disagree with. And like you just said about Josh Jacobs, I mean, it comes back to the conversation that Jim brought up earlier this week, when we discussed all the different quarterbacks that have a running back side by side with them in order to make them better. That it does feel like this is the route that the Packers are going rather than getting a star receiver, which I selfishly, like I said, as a fan, I would like to see versus offensive linemen. But, I mean, is Jordan Morgan going to be a starter? What
Not
does
starting this year, most likely.
So what does the offensive line, the full thing, what is it? Like, what is the lineup of the offensive line?
You're asking the names?
Yes.
Right now, it would be
all of it.
Left tackle to right, it would be Rasheed Walker, Aaron Banks, who they just signed in free agency, and then you'd assume either Elton Jenkins, probably Elton Jenkins at center, and then right guard would be the one that's up in the air of Sean Ryan or Jordan Morgan, and then right tackle would be Zach Tom.
And Ryan was the starter there last year, so.
Okay. Yeah. Which, I mean, also, on the flip side, seeing how the offensive line basically collapsed in the second game against Philadelphia, the last game of the season, it is good to have the backups. So it is worthwhile to have, but it makes me nervous. Are they just going to draft another Jordan Morgan? Are they going to get a Jacob Monk that we don't even know anything about anymore other than he's allergic to cold water? Like, that is literally the only thing we know about the guy. That's my concern. Is it just going to be another person that, okay, they're on the roster?
Well, because for an example here, the mock draft, just looking around, Matt Miller on ESPN, has let's see, right behind him, the Minnesota Vikings taking Maxwell Hairston from Kentucky, a corner. So then that's obviously a need at a starting position for the Green Bay Packers. So
not if he has CB1.
All right. So definitely, absolutely a need for the Green Bay Packers there. There's another guy, Trey Amos, a cornerback from Ole Miss, who would be on the board. Mikael Williams, an edge from Georgia. They could use some pass rushing, could still be on the board. I'm not going to – Ryan, I feel like you're going to be the best with this. The player from the edge from Boston College, Donovan.
Don't even ask me to try. I know exactly what you're asking.
Donovan Arikazu. I'm just taking a guess on that.
Yeah.
But he
has connections to Jeff Hafley.
Yeah,
right.
The reason why I said it is that, Jeff Hafley coached him at Boston College.
And I believe he had 15.5 sacks last year.
Yeah, very productive player.
In the ACC.
He's a little undersized, 6'3", 248. But if anyone's going to have the insight if this guy could succeed or not, it'd be Hafley. Like, if I'm a Packers fan, that's a pick, even if that's quote-unquote a reach because he's supposed to be late first, early second round projection. If Hafley knows the guy, then go take the guy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, realistically, our biggest need is corner, right? Don't you think, Molly? Like, the biggest need that the Packers have is corner. Like, we have a full stable wide receivers.
They're not you need an elite wide receiver, but you need bodies at corner. Absolutely.
Right.
I think you need an elite corner, too, though, because I don't think anybody they have is elite.
True, but
we
also
don't know how good Hobbs is
going
to be. We don't know. Cornerback 1, Keyshawn Nixon's going to step up.
Yeah, but see, we're all saying cornerback 1 because we're mocking it because he's not a cornerback 1.
By the way,
we all know it.
Worth noting, Hobbs has basically exclusively played his entire career in the same position.
In the slot, yeah.
So, like, that's not – I don't love moving a guy from the slot outside.
Matt, you asked Molly what she thinks the Packers' biggest need is.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we're talking about who the Packers are going to draft, the most important question is what does Goody think they need? Do you think he feels they need a corner over an offensive lineman right now, or do you think it's the other way around? What do you believe he thinks they need the most?
I mean, I don't want to believe the. I mean, who am I supposed to say that I know more than this Matt Miller cat? Right, like
he's just saying what he's hearing around the league. He's
right, exactly. Like he's hearing something around the league. No,
but
GMs have been tweeting or texting at me asking about who I think that they should go with. Like I don't know, but personally, I think the biggest hole is corner, and I feel like I'm thinking the same way Goody would think about it. So I would hope
you're not
Goody
thinking the
would,
same way that Goody is because if you were thinking like Goody, you'd be drafting an offensive lineman. You would be protecting Jordan Love over anything else.
And I get that, but you're drafting depth. And
I'm not
don't
saying
love
he's
that in the
right.
first round.
I'm just saying that's Brian Gutekunst.
If I was looking at the Packers, I would go.
Goody's got a pretty good track record of drafting linemen later in the draft.
Most people do. Linemen do not have to be super high picks.
Right. Yeah. Like
what have we all said was Brian Gutekunst's best pick?
Jair,
cornerback.
Well, then Elton Jenkins might be his other one.
Zach Tom's a good one too.
Not quite the level, but yeah.
Not to the level, but for a fourth-round pick.
Yeah, for a fourth-round pick, absolutely. I mean, he didn't pick him. Bakhtiari was second round. He was a Packer Hall of Famer left tackle.
Bakhtiari was a fourth-round pick,
fourth-rounder. Yeah, so even lower than I thought. So I would look at cornerback, wide receiver, DN, and then offensive line if on the Packers because even depth at D-line, then you're doing what the Eagles did of waves of pass rushers. Wide receiver, you still need a star. And then corner, obviously, you need a star / more bodies.
See, with me, if I'm thinking like Goody, he's going to think, oh, my edge rushers are going to take a step up. Like Rashawn Gary's going to be a Pro Bowler again, and Van Ness is going to take that next step. And he probably believes he's got a full stable of wide receivers. Like, these guys are fine. I'm kind of either cornerback because we need a pulse in that position or lineman because, like Molly said, we got to protect asset number one.
Now, the one thing you could maybe sell yourself on is that Goody, and they're looking at offensive linemen because where they're picking, he just thinks like that's where the best value is going to be. That the best corner is going to be off the board, and so he'd rather have the third best lineman instead of the fifth best corner. And so that could be why he's circling in on it based on reading the tea leaves of the draft and the prospects in there. He could be circling in on, hey, this is most likely who's available. Because there could be someone that falls, and that's another thing where I wonder how much the Packers adjust on it. Like if someone fell and you're like, oh my God, hopefully they've done their research.
Goody seems to be the best available kind of guy.
Right, but it's like if Matthew Golden fell, the Texas wide receiver. Yeah, or if another wide receiver.
Okay, unless it's a wide receiver. And they fall.
But again, is he prepared for that? Because sometimes these guys fall, you better know why.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like there's a guy, Mike Green. He's got some off-the-field issues that need to be cleared up. He's fallen from maybe a top 10 pick to down to 16 Arizona. I don't think the Packers are really in the business of picking off-the-field issues, guys, and it's not the best issue. It's still muddied. But if he did get cleared and he did fall, Mike Green was a top 10 talent.
I mean,
and he's an end. He's an edge, excuse me.
They signed McManus.
This is worse, similar,
right.
but worse.
Ballpark.
But yeah, ballpark area. And again, I don't know enough about it, but I do know he's slipping.
Right.
So there could be someone that slips. So hopefully Goody's ready if someone slipped to know why they're slipping. Don't slip on looking to elevate your outdoor living space. The Brewers Company is Dane County's premier retailer of outdoor furniture. Exceptional craftsmanship, all the latest styles and colors, and made with durable materials that hold up to whatever Wisconsin weather brings. Many sets from deep seating to dining can be custom designed to your style. Find a time to swing by their furniture showroom in Middleton and let their talented staff help you bring your outdoor dreams to life. The Brewers Company, your outdoor living experts. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Champions aren't made overnight, and neither was Pizza Hut's Stuffed Crust Pizza. They're the OG, the GOAT, the one and only. Others may try to copy, but they're not like Pizza Hut. For a limited time, score big with a large 3-topping stuffed crust pizza for just $11.99. It's perfect for watching big games on the go. Hurry, you won't want to miss this championship deal before it's gone. Head to one of their locations or order online at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Live the high life at Nitty Gritty, home of the famous Gritty Burger in Madison's official birthday place. Celebrate your birthday at Nitty Gritty and receive a free Memento birthday mug to fill with free beers, specialty birthday cocktails, or soda all day long. The Nitty Gritty has celebrated almost 900,000 birthdays, and birthday celebrant number 900,000 will receive a $1,000 Amex gift card. Grab some friends and celebrate your birthday at the Nitty Gritty, located in Madison, Middleton, and Sun Prairie. The Nitty Gritty, a tradition since 1968.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Val Richardson, Madison East High School. Welcome, Val.
Hey, thank you.
I got to ask you, you scored 47 points in a game back in November?
Yeah, that was the second game of the season.
And it was against Madison Follett.
Yeah.
So you got Eastside Pride. Was that a biggie?
Yeah, our rival team, I have to. You got to lock in for that game.
When you look back in your time at Madison East, being a Pergolder, what's that going to mean to you?
Definitely being a Pergolder just means like putting in that work and definitely representing the colors, the purple and gold. That really stood out to me, and just being like a good person, a good teammate, having a good personality.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Ready to live the high life at home? Miller High Life is giving one lucky winner the ultimate backyard dive bar experience. It's a cabana complete with classic bar vibes, neon lights, and of course, plenty of high life. To enter, just order a Miller High Life at any participating dive bars in the Madison area and register with the link to the Miller High Life Backyard Dive Bar Giveaway. Get a ticket to Dive Bar Glory at your local watering hole, like Curly's Pub and Grill, Riley Tavern, The Bristled Boar, and Main Street Lanes.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Gruber Law Offices Thanalysis is back tomorrow, March 29th at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Join Thanasis at Antetokounmpo for a live show that is going to entertain fans like none other. Last year, Thanasis surprised the MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo with a surprise appearance from ESPN's Stephen A. Smith. So you never know what Thanasis has planned for 2025. Get your tickets now. Visit ESPN Madison on Twitter for event and ticket info. Excitement and entertainment you can't get anywhere else.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. A very Brewers trade happened. I don't know who the player they traded to is, but they traded the player to the Tigers for cash, which is just always funny. Where it's like, hey,
Wait.
you just want to buy this guy from us?
They're the Brewers, and they traded away Brewer Hicklin?
That's his. I figured that was like a typo from ESPN.
No, I think that's his name is Brewer.
Okay, yeah.
How do you do? No.
That's wild.
For cash. Sellouts. Absolute sellouts.
Maybe they're getting money
The
to make a
Tigers are
bigger
just
move.
trying to buy some beer.
What's that?
What'd you say?
You trying to
Tigers
put beer
are just
money?
trying to buy some beer.
Trying to make their own.
Yeah.
They bought beer. Apparently, the Brewers need beer money.
Mm-hmm.
Not where you want your team operationally to be.
Hey, a little extra cash, flush with cash right now, the Brewers.
They're not flush with cash. If you're trading away players for money, you flush with cash when you're just selling random things at your house? Let me post
Probably
this
not.
on Facebook, see what I get for it.
You got a lot of leftover stuff, maybe. Got an extra couch you don't need.
True. I think my wife sold our old couch, so.
If you're selling your old brewery at-home brewery setup, Brewer Hicklin.
There you go.
Brewer Hicklin LLC.
All right, Molly, let's do Molly's game.
Hi. I am looking for Molly. I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly. Molly.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
All right, guys, we're going to give a little recap of last week, opening weekend of March Madness. So, number 15, Robert Morris, they were taking on Alabama. Alabama was favored by 22 in that game. I asked you if the Crimson Tide would cover or would we see an upset, and Alabama ended up winning 90-81. So Robert Morris did cover there. So, Jim, you said that they were going to cover and Bama would win. Ryan, you said they would cover and Bama would win. Matt, you said Bama wins and they covered. They didn't cover.
I was wrong.
Pretty close. Pretty close. I mean, I didn't actually watch the game, so I don't know how close it actually was, but at one point it was.
I remember.
Yeah, because I watched like the first half.
Yeah, because I remember
but then,
I was like, oh, I like my chances because I know I won another one.
Yep.
Before I left that day, I saw that I had won like a halftime bet, and then I saw that Robert Morris was giving Alabama fits like into the second half, and I'm like, well, I feel good about both these.
By the way, before we get to the next one, did you guys see what Alabama did last night?
Insane.
Who'd they play? They played
BYU.
BYU.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Kind of okay the Badgers didn't make it because I didn't need to see that.
Yeah, the Badgers.
Well, they score 113 points or something.
Yep.
And
Insane.
the Badgers they're not known for their defense this year, so I don't know if they've been a lot better.
7 minutes left, they had 22 or 23 three-pointers,
They shattered
most
their
in
record.
NCAA.
Yeah.
And then they were shooting 49% from three-point land.
Sure were. And that's including when they took like a half-court chuck three-point attempt at the end of halftime.
Right.
So they really shot 50% on 50 three-point attempts.
It's insane. Well, anyways, going to that game that Jim was just talking about, I did ask you for the Baylor-Mississippi State game, over under 67.5 total points in the first half. Actually, Jim, I think I told you the wrong thing the day of. So they actually only scored 69 points in the first half.
69. I like that number.
Jim, you said that they would score over the 67.5 and you said 80. Ryan, you said 79. And Matt, you said 73. So we were playing Price is Right rules, but I'll give it to Matt because he was closest.
Let's go.
So it's all tied up.
Let's go. Okay.
Then the other one that I asked you, North Carolina was taking on Ole Miss last week, and North Carolina was favored by 1.5. I asked you who would win that game. Ole Miss won 71-64. Matt was the only one who took Ole Miss.
SEC basketball.
Big basketball guy over here.
Yeah.
Big basketball guy.
Just
So,
SEC.
For this week, Auburn is favored by 9 against the Michigan Wolverines. What are your thoughts on this? Matt, you go first because you won. We're going to make that a thing. If you win, you got to go first on all of them.
Okay. All right. I like it. Auburn's old. They're good. I know Jim is probably going to lean Michigan, so I'll take the Auburn and the points or the given the points.
What's their mascot?
Tigers?
Ah, dang it. Yeah, you're
Big
right.
SEC guy, Doc.
Yeah, obviously. I thought they're the Tigers.
But then it
not
gets
the Dogs.
confusing because there's like the War Eagles stuff.
Well, that's their like logo is like an eagle.
It's their like motto is War Eagle.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Well, I mean, so is Roll Tide.
Yeah,
They're from
that's
Alabama.
stupid too.
Elephant.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
what the heck?
it's so dumb.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jim.
I am going to go with Michigan in this because in my league that I have with Carbon World Health,
Oh, are you still crushing?
I'm tied for first place, yes.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to CBS Sports.
I think I win a lot of peanuts if I win. So,
Okay.
Michigan, it won't make or break me. I should say it won't break me if they don't win, but it really could make me if they do win because that's an upset pick I don't think a lot of people would have, and I have
Right.
Michigan going, in this case, the Elite Eight. But my Final Four is intact. I think I have 7 out of my Elite Eight. So if Michigan
Must be nice.
wins and the rest of the favorites win, I'll be in really good shape.
Ryan?
Oh. So just straight up, who wins, Michigan or Auburn?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
there's points.
If you want to say,
Wait, no, didn't
if
you
you
give
think
us
that if you think Michigan will cover, you can
Yeah.
say that too.
Give
What
me
is
the
the
spread.
spread again?
Auburn's favored by 9.
Michigan cover. Yeah.
All right. Next one here, guys. Houston takes on Purdue tonight. Over under 134 total points in that matchup. Matt.
I'm going over Houston. Fast pace game. Purdue plays slow though. I'm gonna take the over.
I'm going to go
No.
over.
I think
Okay.
Matt's. I'm pretty sure
Is Matt
talking
confused?
completely out of your
No.
back.
Remember, I watched a lot of videos.
Are you
about
sure
this
Houston's fast paced?
stuff.
I
thought
was
so.
literally talking to
Unless
somebody.
it was last year's Houston that was the fast team.
I'm pretty sure this year's.
They are
like
like one of
slow.
the slowest paced teams
Yeah,
in the
I'm gonna-
in the NCAA.
I'm sticking with the over in my
I'm going to
gut
go over as
reaction.
well. But
Okay.
I'll
Ryan.
go under.
All right, last one here, guys. The Brewers have their home opener on Monday when they take on the Kansas City Royals. I want to know, does the Crew win? And 2, how many runs will they have? Matt? Just in that one game.
And who are they playing again?
The Kansas City Royals.
The Royals.
Oh, that changes Matt's opinion right there.
Yeah,
now that's the
Big
Royals.
baseball guy next week.
2 small market teams. Brewers. I'll say the Brewers win it, and let's go 5.
is it Lord who sings the song about George Brett with the Royals?
And we'll never be Royals.
Yes.
It's a reference to George Brett.
I'll
I
say
didn't
yes.
know that.
Yeah. Anyways, the Brewers will win. You got to win your home opener.
You're not taking the Royals after that?
No, I'm going to pick the team that home opener. I'm going to kind of give it to you. I'm going to go 4 runs.
Ryan.
And we're going how many runs the Brewers scored, correct?
Correct.
I'll say Brewers win, but I'll say they score 3 runs. I don't think this Brewers team is going to be putting up a lot of points throughout the season. A lot of runs, I should say.
We'll just go with the closest number of wins. How about
Yeah,
that?
closest to the pin, yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, hey, all you sports bettors, if you aren't making your wagers at Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee, you're missing out on an elite experience. Honestly, it's a complete sports betting paradise. Their state-of-the-art venue has dozens of self-service kiosks, seating for over 200 people, a first-class bar and restaurant, VIP deck, and a broadcast booth, which we're big fans of. If that isn't enough for you, there's also a giant video wall that's over 2,000 square feet. And if you're short on time, they have free 20-minute reserve structure parking. And in a major move for all the sports bettors out there, you can now use your Potawatomi rewards card at most self-service kiosks and the betting counter. Bet on your favorite sports and earn reward points along the way. Now that's a winning play. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
We don't speak about
Speak
her.
about rivals.
We are not rivals. Yeah, me and Kay are not on the same level in the same sense that Matt thinks that the Bears and the Packers aren't on the same level.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Outside In. That's what we call our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road. All the cool stuff you want outside in your yard displayed inside. Patios, decks, pavers, and an automated pergola, fire pit, outdoor kitchen, a putting green, and in-ground pool. Even a converting 3-season room that's either outside or inside. We are Outdoor Living Unlimited. Your outdoor living potential awaits you at our Outside In showroom, 2018 South Stoughton Road. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
The madness has arrived at Metro Ford of Madison this month. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Ford F-150 with 3.9% APR for 66 months plus $2,000 flex buy cash, $16.86 cost per thousand borrowed. Or drive away in the 2024 Ford Escape with 1.9% APR for 66 months plus $500 flex buy cash, $15.97 cost per thousand. Don't miss out. These offers end March 31st. Head to Metro Ford of Madison or visit metrofordofmadison.com today.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Being a kid isn't always easy, and dealing with anxiety, depression, or other mental health challenges can make life overwhelming. At Unity Point Health Meritor, the Child and Adolescent Psychiatry program is here to help. Their expert team provides compassionate, specialized care to support kids and teens on their journey to better mental health. To learn more about children and adolescent psychiatry and explore their resources, visit unitypoint.org/Madison. Because no one should struggle alone.
Join the Madison Area Sports Commission live and in person for a Good Morning Sports event featuring Love Madison Volleyball. On March 31st, meet an all-star lineup of Love Madison athletes and hear about the first season of pro volleyball in Madison. Registration donations benefit the MASC Youth Grant to get kids into sports. Register online at visitmadison.com/GMS. This event is sponsored by American Family Insurance and Oak Bank, supported by ESPN Madison, and produced by the Madison Area Sports Commission.
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks, and springtime is here and baseball season is officially underway. Don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from the diamond in your Prize Picks lineups. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports. You can combine your favorite baseball players with players from basketball and hockey and esports and much more. The second half of the basketball season is here, and the push to the playoffs is heating up on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. Download the app today and use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Every song's like gold teeth, gray goose dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams, but everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece.
But I did confirm that the song Royals, inspired by George Brett, which is playing right now by Lorde, the mega hit Royals.
And George Brett is
a Kansas City Royal.
Oh, okay.
Did you not know that?
No.
He's one of the greatest baseball players of that era.
What are the odds you think Matt Hamilton thought that was George Michaels you're talking about?
Michael.
George Michael.
You put the Wisconsin S on it. It happens.
You're welcome.
Which Matt, to be honest, in his head probably would have. He's done that plenty of times. So, but George Michael, George Brett, he was famous. You might know him from even though it was before internet, it was a little bit of an internet meme of he comes running out of the dugout because he gets busted with pine tar on his bat that was above the line where you can have pine tar, and he loses his mind. But when the Royals were one of the best teams in baseball, George Brett was there. He's right there. Robin Yount, Paul Molitor, like that era. George Brett was one of the best players in that era. Not that long. I mean, mid 80s to early 90s. But the song, to add on to this, by 17-year-old singer-songwriter Lorde, was inspired by a photo in the National Geographic magazine of George Brett signing autographs at Royal Stadium.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There you go. You could be royal and go get some royally awesome jewelry over at Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. Madison's custom jeweler, Madison's family-owned jeweler. Let's go pole dancing.
We asked and you answered.
What?
Coming to the stage, it's pole dancing on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Hey now.
Presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, it's a Phish Friday, and that means we go pole dancing. We look around the other shows around ESPN Wisconsin, and we look at some of their poll questions, and we decide how would we have answered, guys. So we never got to the face-off topic that we had set up earlier in the show for about 2 segments.
I'd like to take his face off.
Like 2 days.
That's fine. I'm sure I'll be doing that myself later tonight. Anyways, speaking of face-off.
Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
I was going to say, I hope the juice is worth the squeeze there.
Yeah, maybe, we'll see. All right, guys. But part of what the idea came from was the idea of trading or swapping GMs in the state of Wisconsin. And Jen, Gabe, and Chewy asked a pretty similar question on Wednesday. They asked, which Wisconsin sports team's front office do you trust the most? The Green Bay Packers, the Milwaukee Brewers, or the Milwaukee Bucks? Matt Hamilton, you're Mr. Wisconsin. Which front office do you trust the most?
Oh, man. You know, man, it's so tough. Like, you could say the Bucks because they got you a championship recently, but the sustained success is nice, and I'm worried about the future of the Bucks, and I'm going to go Packers.
In this one, the Bucks I don't put in it because this front office didn't acquire Giannis, and so that's the whole reason they're at where they're at. Now you had to build around it, but I'm
John
sorry.
Horst did sign Brooke Lopez. He did extend Chris Middleton the second time,
but none of it matters if you don't have Giannis. So that's why I'm not saying he's not a good GM. I'm just saying none of it matters if you don't have Giannis. So that's a pass there. The Packers. They have a self-inflicted...
Trading for Drew isn't any... Trading for Drew, not trading away.
Again, the other 2 franchises are good. If it was different, I get it. But, like, for me, these are all pretty well-run franchises. Packers I'm going to put at 2 because they put their own constraints on what they're doing. Like, nobody's forcing them to live on such a tight budget and acquire all these young players and operate like this. So my number one would be the Brewers because to maintain sustained success with an owner that basically does their best to reenact the fictional owner in the Cleveland Indians movie with Major League, like... I'm going to give it to Matt Arnold / David Stearns because they've been doing the most with peanuts.
I will say David Stearns was sick of that, and that's why he went to the Mets, though.
I'm sure Matt Arnold. I'm sure Craig Counsell was getting sick of getting paid not enough.
Yeah.
Side note, did you see that the Mets are copying the sausage race?
Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't think the sausage race was completely original. Like everyone's got they just lift the idea and modify it.
Well, they changed it to the 5 boroughs in New York.
Well, Washington had the racing presidents.
Do you know what the mascots are for the 5 boroughs?
I believe it was like a
Staten
pizza.
Island Ferry.
Yep.
Statue of Liberty.
Was there a subway or no?
I don't think there was a subway.
There's a skyscraper.
No.
Empire State Building?
Yeah.
Not as good as chorizo and Polish sausage, all the things.
Well, the boroughs is pretty cool.
Right.
If you're in New York, what's the hate about it?
Jim's a New York guy.
Yeah, he's a New York guy. I forgot.
But I mean, like,
so
why
he
would
went
you
to
be
the
mad
Subway
at it?
Series.
Like,
I don't know if you know this.
But no, I'm just saying, like, if you're in New York, though, like, why would, like, it's the equivalent of, like, of course, Wisconsin, we like the food.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
But isn't one of the 5 boroughs things, isn't one of them a pizza?
Yeah.
It's just, what borough is just pizza?
Yeah, I don't know.
I ran out of boroughs. The Guardians, the Guardians do this. The Royals do this. The Mets actually.
What do the Royals do?
Similar races involving
like
hot
barbecue
dogs.
food?
They do hot dogs.
They do hot dogs too?
The New York Mets used to race.
I'm so offended.
The New York Mets used to race cardboard automobiles. Texas Rangers have done a dot race. Red, green, blue. Red, green, and blue dot.
Who does the Mr. Freeze race?
Atlanta. That's the best one right now. That's the
best
most
one,
original going
I like
forward.
that.
San Francisco Giants have done a bobblehead race. The Diamondbacks also do hot dog races.
I don't remember
Houston
that.
Astros do
Wait,
Taco
who
Bell.
did you say that last
the
one?
Diamondbacks.
I've been to a couple Diamondbacks
It's on
games.
here.
I don't remember that.
They might have discontinued it. That might have been a
Houston
one-off.
Astros race Taco Bell. It's not a one-off, at least on here. Maybe they'll
They
do it
did
anymore.
Taco Bell?
Yeah.
So what, it's like a
the Twins.
It's like a gordita and like a
It's a cheesy
Dorito?
gordita crunch, a soft taco, and a Doritos Locos taco.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Twins do Wanda the Walleye, Babe the Blue Ox, Skeeta the Mosquito, and Bullseye the Dog.
Who's that?
From the Target. That's
The
Minnesota
Twins.
The Miami Marlins do the Great Sea Race. Do you want me to continue? Basically,
did
every
it
team has a
first?
race.
That's funny.
Brewers were first.
Brewers
I
were
don't even
first.
know.
Obviously.
Probably.
Of course they were.
So I took this question as which team do you trust, or which management do you trust?
Which Wisconsin sports team's front office do you trust the most?
Yeah, I took it as who do you trust the most to win, to actually win.
Okay.
And I don't think that I would trust the Brewers because they do the same thing over and over and over. They just stay in contention, which, like Jim was saying, the Packers basically the exact same thing. And I would actually take the Bucs because they're the ones that are gonna make the biggest moves in order to get there.
That's funny. They were the lowest on the responses to this poll question. They had 13%. Brewers had 39%. Packers 48%.
Yeah, it's kind of Packers-centric fan, though. So, I mean, yeah.
The Packers have been the best the longest.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's hard to argue. The consistency is hard to argue.
But are they going to go out and win for you?
That's good. By your definition, it might be a little
Depends. Is it
different.
a regular season game or a postseason game?
Exactly.
If you want to go win, it's got to be the Bucs. This front office is the only one that got the title.
That's how I interpret it.
If you're interpreting it that way, I think that's fair.
The mascot race, it does look like maybe the Brewers were the first to do it.
Let's go!
Oh!
Let's go!
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, speaking about frustrating things like other teams stealing your mascot races, guys, on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy also yesterday, they asked, what is the most frustrating thing in sports? Is it false starts on 3rd or 4th down, giving up offensive rebounds, jumping off sides on 3rd or 4th down, or a pop-up on a 3-0 count? Molly Brown, what about you? False start on 3rd and 4th down, giving up offensive rebounds, jumping off sides on 3rd and 4th down.
It's got to be false start or offsides.
False start or offsides?
Yeah.
Those are the two highest responses, 44 and 25%.
Yeah, it's one of those just because it's like, well, damn, we either lost our chance or we gave the other team a chance.
To me, it's the false start. Jumping off sides, I'm like, we're probably going to give up this first down, whether it's 3rd and 2 or
That's
3rd
fair.
and 7.
You're conditioned as a Packers fan.
But
True.
Packers 3rd and 2, big deal. Big difference going back to, 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
I'm taking, jumping off sides.
Jim, what about you?
Jumping off, which one?
False start.
False start. I'm going false start as well. It's a self-inflicted wound. Like it's just know the snap count. It's lack of discipline. You could take a swing on a 3-0 pop-up, but like if you had executed the swing better, like you still could do more with it. Like this other one is just a complete, like if you have a 3-0 count and you have a pitch that you like, and you might have just had a physical error where you just didn't swing the plane through the right way and you popped it up, doesn't mean you made a bad decision to swing at the pitch.
Aren't you supposed to watch a 3-0 pitch? Isn't that like the book?
That is the book, typically.
Well, okay. Every team and every situation is going to have its own things, and every batter is going to have its own things. So your third base coach is the one telling you what to do. They didn't say ignore your third base coach. Your third base coach might say, hey, you might be grooving one here.
See, I just was never good at batting, so my third base coach just told me not to swing.
For little kids, and obviously, but major league level, I'm sure there's curling rules that, like, when you're younger, you're like, don't ever do this. But then when you're professional or what you're doing, it's like, well, you get a little leeway.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
I think giving up offensive rebounds is so annoying. I never get more frustrated than when my team can't just board the basketball.
I guess that can happen so many times during a game, though.
Yeah.
Especially when there's a true disadvantage, though, when one team is just dominating the offensive glass.
But I mean, jumping off sides, dude. What if the other team's lined up for a tush push? You might get 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah, that's a tough.
Darn tush push.
They might threaten to score a touchdown on you. Just
fair.
for jumping off sides too much.
Fair.
All right, guys. Last one I got for you here. Yesterday on the Homer Hour,
Are you trying to make your voice groan again, or
I kind of give him the accent throughout most of the time.
What? Gravelly?
Yeah.
You ever watch a Nick Cage movie where by the beginning he's doing an accent and by the end he's just like giving up? You can tell he's not trying anymore.
No.
That's typically how I do this.
That's never happened in a Nick Cage movie.
No.
How many Nick Cage movies does he do where he needs an accent? I know that's a trope for a bad actor, but like, I feel like he plays just
Ryan
a
is
pretty
such
Central
a Nick
American
Cage
guy, like a
hater.
Midwestern.
I love Nick Cage. Come on.
What are you hating on him
National
for?
Treasure's great, but I'll be honest, he fluxed a little bit. All right, guys.
He what a little bit?
He fluxed.
Oh.
He fluxes his
I
accents.
dumped you right there.
Yesterday on the Homer Hour, they asked which player's offseason situation will get decided sooner, Jair Alexander or Aaron Rodgers. 48% said Jair Alexander, 52% said Aaron Rodgers. Jim Rutledge, what do you say?
I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers? Yep. Matt?
I don't think it's even close. Aaron Rodgers is going to hold out as long as possible. Jair's got to get moved before June 1st. Otherwise, his contract hits the Packers. They're going to let him walk.
I think we know where Rodgers goes before the draft.
Ooh.
Wow. Well, I'm saying Jair.
So you think Rodgers gets decided first?
Yep.
Okay, so you think Jair gets decided after the draft?
Yes.
That's probably worse for the Packers.
Aaron was traded, right before the draft? Day of the draft?
When he was traded?
From the Packers to the Jets, right?
No, that was in March. That was like mid-March when he got traded. I believe it was the Ides of March, actually. I think it was like March 15th.
Okay.
Because then Devontae was a 7. I mean, I know it was different years, but Devontae was a 17. So it's like those two cluster of days like are in my brain.
Same. It was right around spring break. I remember both. Yeah. Why is Matt laughing? What are you giggling about?
What's the animal that does the shadow thing?
Wait, Rogers?
The groundhog?
Wait, the groundhog.
Hold on.
Rogers emerged from his whole shadow on March 15th.
Rogers came to the Jets from the Packers in a trade that was finalized on April 26, 2023.
I think it was finalized, but I believe the trade was agreed to earlier than that. It was before the draft. I know for sure it was before the draft.
April 24th is the ESPN story.
Okay, so when was the draft that week?
The 26th was the actual finalized date then.
All right. You're right, Jim.
All right. I just want to...
This is a wife that doesn't want to fight with her husband.
Nope, not at all. It is.
I'm
549.
Right. It's right. That's all.
Good job.
I just don't want to, I'm wrong plenty of times. If I'm right once in a while, I want to make sure I'm right. This Judgmental Jim, Matt and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
He was pretty kind in that interview after the way he was talking coming out of the tunnel. Whatever his name was.
That's a gross noise.
That again, I'm going to throw up.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like me coughing in the break.
Not in the break, in the show. Coming back from break.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand. It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 100.5 ESPN.
Lillard's going to tee up a three, and he splashes it through for the left wing.
Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, the official beer of the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Bucks wrapped up their 5-game road trip on a sour note, falling to the Denver Nuggets 127-117. Milwaukee played without Giannis and Damian Lillard, but still had 7 players score in double figures, including all 5 starters. Head coach Doc Rivers proud of his guys' effort despite the loss.
But we had a chance to win that game on the road in Denver, probably the toughest place in the league to play. I couldn't be more proud of our guys right now.
Brooke Lopez paced the Deer with a team-high 26 points to go along with 7 rebounds and 3 blocks. Ryan Rollins added 17 points off the bench in just 18 minutes of action. The Bucks finished their West Coast swing at 2-3 and fall to 40-32 overall. They're back home at Fiserv Forum Friday night to take on the New York Knicks.
This has been your Milwaukee Basketball Report on Madison's home for Bucks basketball, 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Daredevil is born again on Disney+.
My name is Matthew Murdoch. I'm a lawyer. Exactly what kind of a lawyer are you? A really good one.
Critics everywhere agree it's the best Marvel television series. Gritty, intense, and elevated. It's Daredevil at his best.
If you step out of line, I will be there.
Marvel Television's Daredevil, Born Again. Now streaming only on Disney+.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
The madness has arrived at Metro Ford of Madison this month. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Ford F-150 with 3.9% APR for 66 months plus $2,000 flex by cash, $16.86 cost per thousand borrowed. Or drive away in the 2024 Ford Escape with 1.9% APR for 66 months plus $500 flex by cash, $15.97 cost per thousand. Don't miss out. These offers end March 31st. Head to Metro Ford of Madison or visit metrofordofmadison.com today.
Get ready, Madison. The Packers Tailgate Tour rolls back into town on Wednesday, April 9th. Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. Join us in supporting Dairyland Sports, a Madison-based nonprofit improving access to sports, fitness, and recreation for individuals with physical disabilities in Wisconsin. Learn more and support the cause at dairylandsports.org/Packers Tailgate. And stay tuned to ESPN Madison for your chance to win VIP tickets to the Packers Tailgate Tour. Sponsored by Visit Verona, Paul's Party, and ESPN Madison.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
I am so excited to get my journey at Carbon World Health started at their brand new location located in the Prairie Lake Shopping Center. Their state-of-the-art facility will feature Carbon's innovative services, including Botox, hydrofacials, M-Sculpt, IV therapies, and so much more. Stop in today to get started on your health and beauty journey. Tell them Molly from Jim, Matt, and Molly sent you.
She's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton. We're in the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. The Mountain Chip, you know what to do.
And
that's crush a Coors Light.
I'll miss you guys. I'm out next week. You guys gonna have a good week doing shows and having a good time?
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much fun, Molly.
Matt's gonna drive the show.
I'm gonna drive.
We're gonna do everything while Dad is away.
Yes, all the things that Jim never lets me do. I'm gonna do all my stand-up knock-knock jokes.
Oh, we're gonna talk about fantasy football.
Yep.
What else?
What else? Niche references. We might spend another day talking about Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah, that should be good.
You just touched my butt, Dewey. I know
Again, I will die on the
Dewey.
hill. The most recognizable thing from Night at the Roxbury is not an actual quote. It would be
It's the move. It's the nodding.
Well, the back and forth. I think more than even just the nodding. Where they go,
yeah,
that's in
bopping
there too.
your head to the song to the side.
But again, that's not something you would do in real life.
No, you're doing it because of the Night of the Roxbury.
But I think more likely, because I've done this before when Night at Roxbury was, again, a better SNL skit than it was a movie, was the you, me? I've done that out with friends. I've been like, oh, you're going to order? Am I buying beer? You do that kind of back and forth thing. As opposed to, you incorporate it truly into real life, not to mock the movie, but to involve it in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, what else are you guys going to do here?
You just touched my butt.
A little
Dewey.
what?
We'll probably do Freaky Friday because Molly doesn't know what Face Off is.
Yeah.
We'll do a Freaky Friday.
Well,
His face.
you guys have fun.
Yeah. I think we're
It's gonna be
queued
a
up
heck of
for
a
a
time.
great week. We're probably even going to volunteer for a Saturday show.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers will have a team by the time I get back?
No.
Well, what day will it be when you get back?
I think the 10th.
Ooh, we gonna be close.
I don't know. No way. It's going to be post-draft.
Wait, you're back the 10th? You're out for 2 weeks?
What?
Oh boy, Ryan.
That's no. Next week, the 3rd. Oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong.
Yeah,
it had not clicked over.
I got nervous.
7th.
I'm already
7th.
a little nervous to be leading the show,
7th.
and the fact that you just laid about 7 more days on me for it, I was like, whoo.
The 7th. The calendar had not switched over to April
Okay.
yet, so the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the 7th.
That's
No.
Monday the 7th.
Rodgers will be signed by Market 14th. Hashtag don't quote me.
But if she's right, definitely. Cool.
Yeah, quote me if I'm right.
I think the art of there is probably a deadline in there because Kirk Cousins has said he's been pretty adamant he doesn't want to get Penexed again, and because which means if you're wondering what Penex means, it's a weird verb. It means signing a big contract or going somewhere to be the starter and have them draft your replacement that's going to replace you mid-season.
Could you imagine signing a huge guaranteed deal and then not have to do anything, but still get it?
That is Matt Hamilton's dream.
Oh, my gosh.
So Kirk Cousins actually likes to play football, too. So what he wants to do is he wants to go somewhere after the draft because then he'll know if he's going to be the clear-cut starter.
Right.
So I would imagine that Pittsburgh is probably at least monitoring the Kirk Cousins situation because if Aaron continues to drag it out past the draft, I think Pittsburgh at that point could be like, all right, now we're just going to get our quarterback.
Ryan, do you know when the spring practices are?
Spring practice for the Badgers or the Packers?
For the NFL.
I think OTAs they're after the draft. I want to say they're in May. Maybe they start.
Well, so there's the rookie.
I don't think Rodgers is going to make a move until he gets a solid answer from Minnesota. he's up to snuff, he's ready to go. We don't need a quarterback at as expensive as you to be backup, or hey, his knee's not fully there yet. We would like you to be the starter of this team.
But
he's
how
waiting for
expensive-
Minnesota.
It looks like OTAs last year for the Cardinals started around May 20th to the 22nd.
I was going to
so
say, yes.
in that range.
That's my prediction for Aaron Rodgers.
How
It's gonna be
expensive
late
is Aaron
May.
Rodgers, though? Like, really?
I
What
mean,
is-
more than backup money. He's going to command at least $20 million.
You think what Russ
at
got?
least? That's got to be like max.
Russell Wilson got a deal for like $20 million a year.
Yeah, but he's going to be the starter.
It was 1 year, 10.5 guaranteed. That's the real dollars.
Okay. Well, I think
Which they just paid
Aaron's
Sam
going to be
Darnold.
more than Russell Wilson. That's going to be part of his contract, written in. Pay me more than Russell.
He shouldn't be.
Jim, what about
Get
you?
out of here.
When do I think he's going to be back?
Yep.
I'll say it'll be right around the draft.
All right.
This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly. Enjoy your week.
See ya.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we